Do you know what? Today has been a really, really, really shitty day. Sorry, I'm trying not to. It has. It's been a really, really shitty day. Um, I thought I would nip out. I thought I've not been out for a few days. I'm due a package to be delivered in the next couple of days. I've got a cat fountain coming. Um, and I thought Vegan Week has been at Lidl. I thought I'll go down, I'll have a look. I want to go and see if there's anything. I just fancied cake. I thought I ain't got much money, but I just fancy a nice bit of vegan cake of some description. Go and have a look. Get yourself out there, get some fresh air. It's not raining. Go for it before, because tomorrow could be really, really shitty weather. And I've got to get my son's medication, and I might not feel like it. This is the thing. I do what I do on a day-to-day basis. I just think to myself, tomorrow you may feel like you can't get up out of bed at all. So just get yourself out there. Just get yourself out. Get you what you need. Come back. You ain't got to do an awful lot. So off I went. And yeah, I went into Lidl. And to be honest, there wasn't an awful lot. There was bits and pieces of Lidl items, like literally all over the place, instead of having it all like I've seen in some vlogs where, shops have had it. I know it's like technically not Vegan Week now, but they still had stuff. But our store didn't have a great, huge selection like some have seen. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to have a bit of a forest. So I had a bit of a mooch around. I wanted that marble cake that I've seen so many excited over. Couldn't find the cake bit for ages. Had another look, circled 3-4 times in that shop, I tell you. God knows what they thought of me. Couldn't they there trying to fill up, and there she is, coming round again. So yeah, so I did a bit of a firking around trying to find various things. I think it's very apparent that when you come to the end of a week of whatever week it is, and especially the vegan stuff, it's really disheartening, because I don't do Lidl very often. The last time I was in there was Veganuary, and even then I wasn't really keen to go in. And I went for a nose more than anything, and I wasn't disappointed because there was nothing there. And then when you go through the checkout staff are very anti-vegan. It's like there's a couple that work there that are like, glad to see it gone. Yeah. Oh, it's a nuisance. It's in the way. Nothing sells. We don't like it. So yeah, I went in and had a browse round. Couldn't found the cake bit eventually. No vegan cake though. But I managed to find some Greek week, or Italian week, one of the weeks. Some puff pastry, like cake things, like biscuits made out of puff pastry. Very nice, very Moorish, and I had the entire packet because I was so depressed when I got back. When you need that hit of calories, you need something that's like really, really, because you had a really shitty moment. I needed them, and I was hungry. And I've got another packet, but I don't fancy them right now. I'm like, ooh, don't give on me now. I feel I've had enough. So yeah, there were in the reduced section, I cooked the burgers, but when I'd opened them here, they got September on. They've got about something like the 10th of September. And I thought, well, it's very apparent that they just want the vegan bits out the way that are in the, when it's gone, it's gone. So we'll just stick them down and just chuck them in the reduced. And there were falafels, there was a few bits there. This woman picked them up and put them all back. When she realised, obviously, that they were vegan, it was like, oh, triggered. I picked one up of that. Then I looked for a few bits and I found some jarred bits and pieces and cupboard bits, like the chocolate spread and that salad, like a vegan salad cream with herbs. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. It's got gherkins and stuff. That's really tasty. But I only got the one jar. Not that there was many of that one left. I found that was my lead, to be honest. If there was less of something, I thought that's easily the one that's the most popular. So anyway, I went for that. You'll see in the vlog previously what I did actually buy. Yeah, I got a little selection of bits. I come to just under 30 quid. The souffle pots I wanted, they didn't have them. They didn't have any yogurts. They didn't have desserts. They had, oh God, she knows now. They did have some vegan safari bite things that are like meant for kids, dinosaur shaped or something. In the freezers. Yeah, sorry. A stack of the little pizzas. I couldn't think what they were called then. My head's going. Some little pizzas. They had a whole load of them in the freezers. More than enough. And they weren't selling. But then it's like you look one side, one freezer has got like little bits dotted in. And then you think there's nothing else. And then you go to the other side where the pizzas are, and that's where the vegan little individual tiny little pizzas are. And there was loads of them, but I just looked at them and put them back. And then there was completely nothing else until you got down to where the ice cream bits are, and there was some dairy-free banana ice cream, which I did think about getting, but then I saw it had walnuts in it, and I have such a reaction to walnuts, so I think not, we'll leave that one. A part of me wanted to take it and try it in case it was in something I'd be alright, but no, I thought, do you know what? Is it worth having a really swollen up throat? No. So I forgot that idea. Yeah, I got bits. I got cake. Well, not cake, that's what I wanted, but I got dessert, puddingy, sweet things and some crisps, and that's about it. So I didn't get an awful lot, and some spread things to go on toast or crackers or something. Little things. I'm glad I went. It satisfied the curiosity. There wasn't a huge plethora of stuff, but then I think if there was anything there, it had been decimated on days 1 and 2 of vegan week. But I went in when it was like virtually over with, so I had the bare bones of what was left, but there wasn't really a great deal there, so I just think it's just at our store it's very badly put together and they don't want to participate, so there we have it. And they're trying to get it out of the door as fast as it's gone in on the shelves, so reduce it as quick as possible. Anyway, yeah, I went through the tills, obviously. I'm not sat in a cell because I've lifted it all. Yeah, there the woman wasn't very keen to either help pack or give it me. She kept it close and I had to stretch to get the items off her. And I asked her a few times, can you send it me across a bit more? I know it's not like some shops where they're a bit of a slide or whatnot. She just wasn't keen to manoeuvre herself a bit. And I put it all in the bag. There was no ask for any help. Do you need any help? You all right? And then I needed to pay. And she didn't bring the machine down either for me, so I had to stretch to get it. And the people behind were moving forwards as I was trying to get my bag and to get my money, my purse together and my card and try and secure myself and get myself out the way. And I just felt very, very harassed. And when you're from a disabled point of view, when you're sitting in your power chair, electric wheelchair, whatever, you can feel at times really, really like like you don't matter and they want you to get out of the way and you're an inconvenience and all this, that and the other, and oh, come on. And you feel the pressure and the eyeballs, and I should think to myself, do you know what? You can fuck off and wait. But in the back of my head, it's like all the stress and it gets, a bit stressy. And I thought, I just want to get out of the way. I hate the crowds and and there were some rough and ready people that were in there, and I don't want to sort of like say, oh, but there are some people that in our town centre that seem to be off the face on bloody drugs that are walking around. I've had some, the pleasure of some, I think it was last week now, that were literally fell on top of me. And were asking for money and staring at people and trying to get vulnerable people to part with money, and it's just horrible. And I just wanted to get out of the way and get back and get home. And anyway, I got so far. I still have my bag in my hands, but I'm really self-conscious because my hands have a tendency when they feel like it to let go. And I thought, I don't want to let go of my shopping bag. That'd be really embarrassing, and for two, I wouldn't be able to pick everything up properly because my chair is really high up and everything because it's meant for outside. So anyway, I got myself together. I thought I'd put my purse away in my bag properly and zipped it up because I was trying to hold on to my bag handles and sort my bag out and do my joystick with the other hand. And people that are coming towards you and you're coming behind you, and it's like you can feel the pressure of get out the way. And then I turned and I wanted to make my bag feel secure, so I put my shopping on my back of my chair, which has got a rail on, and one of those, I think they're called cabana clips or something. And I hooked my shopping onto it. And I went, and I've got a curb climber, which is like a little contraption that's fitted to the power chair. It's to stop it from tipping forwards. And yeah, and it grips like the ground if it's if it's not even or whatever. It just is a safety device for the chair. And sometimes it's a pain in the arse, but it makes you jolt forward a bit and whatnot and catches. But it's also, you think you're going to fall, but you're not. So I wanted my bag on the back, so it felt safe, so I did it. And I was so self-conscious and paranoid about getting out of the ramp bit at Lidl because it's quite a distance. It's quite And I thought, if my curb climber catches it, I don't want to feel like I'm stuck. So, anyway, I went over it. Now, I don't know if I lost my purse at that point. Possibly. I think so. I had people walking towards me and behind me trying to get out of the shop. So it's like I keep playing it back in my head and thinking someone may have done it then. Or it might be that my purse was safe on me at that point, and it may have felt after I'd gone through the car park and then up through a ramp that's, goes back and forth. And then there's another curb that my curb climber grips onto, and it feels like I get stuck because it's quite a high, steep pavement. So it may have happened there. But I don't think so. But again, people walking towards me, and I know that there were people behind me because I could hear them. And then it's like I get across the road into the town centre, and I go through the main body of the town centre, because all the side streets and stuff are all sort of sloped and not built for, power chairs and things. It's all angled and horrible, and I don't like it. And I went through the town centre, and it's like got people that are in the local pubs that are there sitting having a beer outside, and as you're going past, and it could have happened there. And then you got people in general. There were kids on bikes and all screaming and shouting at each other, and all, acting all big and hard and gang-like, and which just makes me really intimidated. And then further into the town centre, you've got building works that are going on, and I always go the flat side, because they're putting all new bricks in and stuff, and they've got areas that are dug up and flattened, but okay for those that are walking, but not for the likes of me with my chair. And there was a woman that was walking who was absolutely off her face. I mean, she went up to a bench, and she was like literally on top of it, staring and looking around it and underneath it and around it, like she was looking for something. And then she was stumbling around and like this. And I mean, this poor lad that was walking towards her, he looked really embarrassed, and he was like, yeah. And I felt so sorry for him, and he just, like, yeah, gotta go. And she was like, all right. And she kept on going, and then she stumbled into some bloke, and he seemed to know her. So I thought I just wanted to get back and get away give myself some distance between me and that woman. And then there were some others that were further down that are well known, and thieves and druggies and all that sort of stuff, and I just wanted to get away from it. So that's what I did. And then I got to basically back to home, and I was relieved to be back. And my son took my bag off me because I struggled with it. And then I came in, I said hello to his girlfriend on FaceTime thing. And then I went to take my bag off me, and it was like the bag suddenly felt light, not the usual weight. And I just thought, what the hell? My purse isn't there. And then I just went, oh my God, my purse. My purse. And I was trying not to cry. And I said to my son, I've got to find it. It's not in the bag. And off I went. I retraced my steps. Well, not my steps, my wheels. And I went all the way back again. Because I've got full battery. And I looked everywhere. And then when I got to Lidl again. And Lidl is really annoying because you can't just go through the back of the checkouts. You've got to go through the queue. So I queued with a big queue. And then I thought, I just can't stand this. And then I shouted to the woman who'd served me. Was a black purse handed in. And it was like this, no. And I just thought, I want to shake it. No. And then she says, hang on, I'll get someone to have a look and see if anything's been handed in. No, sorry. It was like no interest whatsoever. Back to your checkout. And that was it. And I was so saddened. You know, I went to another shop. I went to a big Curry's just in case someone had handed it in there. And the lad there was ever so nice, and I nearly cried on him as well. I thought, bloody hell. Anyway, he was like, I'm so sorry. He says, I hope you get it back. And I thought, I'm not going to get it back. You know, I know, it's gone. I kept looking on the local spotted group, you know, where people post all sorts of things about bank cards and missing cats and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Nothing. That'd be like bloody right, wouldn't it? And then I cancelled all my cards straight away, my 2 bank cards. I cancelled them. I just thought, that's it. They're gone. And I've got some money in the bank. I don't have a lot in there, but I've got some for a direct debit that's due out. Well, quite a few direct debits, so I thought I need to cancel the card, so at least then I'm safe. So that's what I did. So yeah, I just hope tomorrow's a better day. I keep looking on, hoping that someone will find it, because it's got my driving licence in it and a few other bits and pieces that. And then there's the things you've got in there that you don't think about that mean something to you. Yeah, so it's all them things that mean something to you that can be in your purse that aren't going to mean a great deal to the random thief or persons, well, the persons that's picked it up. I mean, I'd like to think that someone genuinely honest is going to get in touch or whatever and say, have you lost your purse? But I don't think it's going to happen. I think some smackheads got it and they've tried to use it and disappointed that the card has been stopped. Or cards. But anyway. But yeah, it has left me on a downer and I've got no money. I know I can ask my son to draw me money out. I can transfer to his account. But so annoyed. I really am. I never thought this would happen. I thought I've always been secure. It just shows when you're absolutely exhausted, and I mean severely fatigued, exhausted. that your head just has a moment of forgetting, trying to rush because of other people, that you suddenly think, oh God, what have I done? So I'm pissed off. Anyway, that's it. That's my day. So I just thought I'd jump on briefly. Feeling absolutely poop, I'm not going to lie. So annoyed. Right, I shall love and leave. Thanks for watching. Bye.